Let me say, great that you could join us in this webinar today. If you're just coming in and opening up, a really happy Thursday to you, and you are so close to the end of the year. If you're sort of coming in from Australia or New Zealand or typically the Southern Hemisphere, we hope that the weather in the season at the moment has just been a helpful one to help you look forward to, I'm sure for many of you, a well-earned break. If I haven't met you before, my name's James. I look after enablement and education at Raisley, and we are stoked to be able to put on webinars that at their primary goal is to equip you as a digital fundraiser so you can grow your campaigns and take them further. So again, let me say welcome to our webinar. Now, one of the things we do in all of our webinars is make sure we acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the land in which we live, work, and play on. And in my case, it's in the Awabakal country. And I want to pay my respects to all elders, past, present, and future. Now, one of the things that I would encourage you to do, if you can, is make sure you go in and realize that there's a chat function in the webinar. If you're new to Zoom, welcome. Maybe you missed COVID, but all of us managed to work our way onto Zoom somehow. But if you are in this webinar, it would be great if you could quickly use the chat now to let us know that you're on board. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and maybe one thing you're looking forward to about the holiday season coming up. And it'd be great just to see that sort of chat sort of come to life a little bit as you are joining in there as well. The other thing, hey Claire, it's lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. Helga, my colleagues on there. It's Alana. Hey Alana, lovely to see you. And I'm sorry it's raining here in Auckland. It's about 30 degrees in Newcastle at the moment. Hey Bev. Hey Mel. Hey everyone. It's great to have you with us. Hey Libby. Keep on coming in, and please, friends, do use the chat. The other function we do have in our webinars is a Q&A function. So one of the things I will point you to is to make sure you ask questions. If you do have a question, please use the Q&A function within our Zoom call anytime, and I'll be making sure I pause for some moments to reflect on those as well. Now, if you are new to Raisley, if this maybe is your first webinar at Raisley, what is Raisley? Well, Raisley is a leading fundraising platform, helping you take your fundraising campaigns further, from offering you the ability to create as many campaigns as you like on a completely free platform, and it's best in class. It's going to help you with your regular donation appeals. It's going to help you with your annual appeals, your peer-to-peer campaign, your DIY community fundraising, your events, and also even your website. There is so much you can do on Raisley, from email communication as well as using the supporter management system to make sure you're collecting the data for all your fundraisers and donors. There is so much to Raisley. So if you're new to Raisley, a huge welcome. We do encourage you after this, if you haven't created an account with Raisley yet, please make sure you do that, or reach out to our sales team, as they'll be love to take you through some demos around there. For many of you, you are just Raisley fans, and for that, we are so thankful. And in the spirit of this webinar, we are really looking to sort of capture what has happened in 2024 in a very short amount of time. And our hope is that it's from your perspective, not just ours. We have so much to celebrate together in our partnership, and we are rapt that you've been using Raisley this year to really make an incredible impact on our world. So what are we going to do in this time together? Well, first of all, we're going to have a quick look at year in view from a Raisley perspective, and hopefully helps you see the amazing impact that Raisley has been able to have across our world this year. Then we're going to look at the 12 campaigns of Christmas. We have so many campaigns on Raisley, and I've tasked it to all of our team at Raisley to find some of their favorites. And so we have a whole bunch of different categories, well, 12 really, and we're going to be taking you through some of our favorite campaigns that have been coming up. So we'll have a look there as well. Thank you everyone for using the chat. It's great that you are pushing on there. Do make sure you say welcome if you just come into the webinar. Then lastly, sort of throughout this, we're going to look at a little bit of sort of end of year insights and tips as you sort of take on the new year, but we'll keep it very light because we all get into the end of the year. And then lastly, I want to show you a little bit of what's coming in 2025. So please stick around for that. It's really exciting, some of the stuff coming out there as well. So why don't we dive on in? Let's have a look. Hopefully you got a cup of tea or a coffee or and you can sort of settle in and enjoy this webinar together. But why don't we firstly, let's dive into our year in view. What's Raisley's good news story? And we have so many. One of the things we want to make sure is that we are celebrating the improvement made by to the well-being of people and planet. That at the core has always been Raisley's mission, that we seek to actually enable charities all around the globe to make an incredible impact on the well-being of people and planet. And for that is that we work tirelessly to do that, to help your donors and fundraisers see and feel the good of giving. We are so thankful that generosity does not die. And we are over the moon that this year we've seen some incredible impact made across the world through some generous donors and for your work as fundraisers. So to give you a quick snapshot on some pretty big numbers, first of all, is that through the Raisley platform, we saw over $200 million raised across multiple organizations. And from each of those is creating impact across all the different sectors that we could be looking at when it comes to impact of our well-being on people and planet. For that, Raisley's jaw drops from a small startup 7 years ago to looking at that of $200+ million raised in a single year through our platform. We are so thrilled that this platform is enabling you to do more through the generosity of your donors and fundraisers. So really, really, really cool. Love that kind of stuff. One of the other things as well is we saw just over 9,500 campaigns created in 2024. That's a lot of campaigns going out. The average is of people's campaigns is roughly about 3 a year, and we're trying to help people increase that and see that. But when you look at how many campaigns have gone out there this year, that's an incredible feat. And one of the things that we're really excited about, that every year digital technology allows you more efficiencies to be able to get great experiences out to your donors and fundraisers. And lastly, this year we saw a little bit over 2,400 new organizations joining Raisley, and just them raising over 42 million this year. We are so thankful that we're growing. We're growing enormously in the US market and in the UK market. We're seeing huge growth in Australia continually year on year to make us the leading platform down in Oz, and also in New Zealand as well. And for that, we are so thankful that year on year we're seeing the growth of Raisley come through with new customers looking to explore best-in-class solutions for their digital fundraising. All in all, we could not be more stoked to end 2024 seeing this much impact happening in our world. And so thank you so much for helping us be a company that is purpose over profit. The work that you do is inspiring, and we love seeing it every day. So thank you so much for choosing Raisley as your platform. Now, what do we want to have a look at? One of the things is our target. Really, roughly about 6 years ago, Tom Maitland put a vision of $1 billion raised through the platform by 2025. One of the exciting things is that it's looking very, very likely that that will happen. What an amazing impact in our world. And so please join us next year as we see this target get knocked off. And really the celebrations for the impact there are going to raise the roof. We're really looking forward to having that moment with you. So what we want to duck into is a little bit of our favorite campaigns in 2024, sort of the 12 campaigns of Christmas, because we want to focus on who are we celebrating. At the core, Raisley is a self-driven platform. We have designed it all so that you're in the driver's seat. That means the hard work typically is being on you guys. Developing insanely cool campaigns that have gone out there to reach donors and fundraisers with creative experiences and really intelligent experiences. And we want to celebrate that. Now, as I said, over 9,500 campaigns made in this year. So I can't choose all of them. There are some that I love that aren't in here. We try to get an eclectic range from the perspective of our customer support team, also our growth team, to see what some of the campaigns they love sort of going out. And so this is not all of them. If yours is in here, that's awesome. But yours simply represents many others that we could have put on here as well. We just hope that there's some little insights that we'll take you through. So You guys ready? I hope you are. Again, if you put up in the chat a little thumbs up if you're ready to get stuck into it as well. And if you do have any questions along the way, please use the Q&A feature. We'd really love that. Thanks. Sarah has given me the heart emoji, so that means we're ready to go. Let's rock and roll. All right. First off goes to the Volunteer Award. Now, this is a great campaign. Mum Supporting Families in Need came to Raisley when their roof was leaking. They are a completely volunteer-based organisation with only one part-time staff member. And they jumped on a call with myself and we discussed their needs, and they were in dire straits. They were up for a lot of money from a previous agency that had built their website for them. And they literally just could not afford that at the time. It was an exorbitant cost to continue their website, and the threat was that their website would be closing within a day. On top of all that, they also had the issue where their building that they house much of their parcels and gifts that go out to family, its roof is leaking something fierce. And so they were up for all sorts of issues going on at the time. This becomes one of my favorites because the volunteer there who reached out to us, not only could we build them and basically migrate and move over their website onto Raisley, which is a free platform. It was completely free for them to do this, right? But because they were so passionate about the work they did, they put so many hours into updating the copy, updating the imagery, and making sure this website went up and forward. And so as a volunteer award, we have so many incredible organizations that build amazing campaigns in Raisley, and they're completely doing this on the skin of their own back. And I think we just want to shout out to our volunteer organizations who do some incredible hard work. You are amazing. And we are really, really stoked to see organizations like Mum Supporting Families in Need not only have really great looking websites, this is a really, really cool site, but to have that on a fundraising platform. From this, they've run their annual appeal on Raisley. They've run giving days on Raisley. They're looking at peer-to-peers. They're looking at the whole campaign stack, even though their website was the first point of call for them. So really, really, really cool expression of that. So Mum Supporting Families in Need, you guys are killing it. Great job. All right, let's look into the next one. The Simple Innovation Award. We want to put it out to Forever Projects. This is a really interesting campaign that's been run for numerous years, What's My Kilimanjaro? And it's a peer-to-peer campaign, but the reason we give this one an award is a really clever use of a very simple form that captures information whilst improving the user's experience. If you can see a little bit on my slide there, you'll see that under Create Your Challenge is a little form for people to fill in. This is a really simple little piece of HTML. That's the code that goes into a website. That creates a form, and then from those values in there, you can actually go out and look. Once you hit select, it goes up to the sign up page, but it goes to the sign up page with data already in the URL. What this has meant is that it allows the sign up experience to be sort of two really lovely stages versus on the homepage where they can select a couple of answers, select sign up, and it goes to the sign up page and they can finish off the rest. It's a really cool, efficient way of capturing detail without risking the user experience and in fact actually making it better. And so for this one, we love this, and we're looking at adopting that into other projects, particularly our templates moving forward. So thank you so much for Forever Projects for really adopting simple innovation. Really, really, really cool. Love this one. If you want to know how to do this, let us know. We'll show you how to do it. So really, really cool, beautiful campaign. Thank you, Forever Projects, on that one as well. All right, so the next one we want to have a look at is the low risk, high reward, Hattahone St. John's. This is an incredible campaign, which for the first time this year, they launched their annual appeal on Raisley. Now, they've been using Raisley for a little while. Maggie over there, absolutely, Helga, go Maggie. Maggie over there is an incredible digital fundraiser and bringing across this amazing campaign that is not in isolation. This campaign is in line with a huge media push, huge social media push. They're one of the most recognized charity brands in New Zealand, and they've trusted Raisley enough to bring over their massive annual appeal campaign. So we are just so thankful that St. John's one, uses Raisley, but two, uses it in such a way that really shines out all the other marketing efforts that they had taken on. So really incredible effort, really, really proud of what St. John's have been able to achieve on that. So what are some insights from the three? Let me quickly just go back through the three again, right? With a volunteer award and I'm supporting families in need. Really, really cool. And we will provide you the links to some of these as well on the follow-up email. Not all of them will be available because, you know, campaigns get taken down after they've been archived and done, but some of them you'll be able to see through. The Forever Projects, Mount Kilimanjaro, and also for Hattahone St. John's. So well done, guys. Really, really killing it there. And what's the insight from these three that we're taking away? I hope that one of the things that you see is that we are all learners. Raisley's a learner. We continue year on year to make better experiences for your donors and fundraisers and for you as you use our product. So we are all learners looking for better ways of doing things. Working with thousands of charities around the world provides us these insights every year. It's Raisley's slight unfair advantage. We get to see so many people and so many things go out there, from the really not so good to the really, really phenomenal. So we're really thankful for that. And what this means for you, though, is we would love you to give feedback. We want to learn from you. We want you to tell us what's working, what's not working. What are some things that you have seen that you would love to share and maybe have Raisley be a part of? So lean into Raisley and give feedback. And the second one is be creative in your thinking. Most of the time, we see many campaigns, they already have thought all around how they're going to do it, and they're trying to sort of fit the round peg of the campaign into a square hole called digital fundraising. And one of the tricky parts we find with that is at times it's not creative thinking enough. And so we want to encourage you, right? There are so many things that you can look at, but it's creative thinking that we really want to encourage. Looking at when you look at a campaign, how can we engage in the user experience around that? So that's some of the things there. Now, I'm just going to pause at a moment because I've realized that I've actually locked someone out, which is my lovely wife who needs to get in the house. So I'm going to pause for 2 seconds. Hopefully you can see that. I'll be back in just a moment. All right, there you go. Webinars on the fly and they're live. My wife is now in the house, so all is good. All right, so where do we go in next? This is a great award. We call it the Tay Award. There's a reason. Yeah, that's problem. I probably will be in trouble later. We call this the Tay Award because the team there at Leukemia in Blood had one of the trickiest campaigns you were going to see in 2024. They've been running this campaign for a little bit, like for a number of years, and they've really built some incredible success on their Firefighter Sky Tower Challenge campaign. At the core of it, it's a peer-to-peer with registration, so it offers ticketing as well, which is why we call it the Tay Award. Largely because they have the most high traffic ticketed event campaign of the year, and they killed it. To give you some perspective, they have 800 of these registrations from firefighters, and it sells out in less than 10 minutes. They have to manage that many signups within 10 minutes and coordinate this on a digital platform that's going to run seamlessly to help people have a great sign-up experience, pay their rego fee, and start fundraising. Not only is this one of the highest fundraising campaigns of 2024, but to bring on the Tay Challenge of this thing just gets sold out quick, really show that Raisley's ticketing platform and its registration sign-up is good enough to handle even the hardest campaigns going out. And just really cool, like these guys have been so flexible in every year making a better and better and better and better experience. So absolutely, Joe, Jaden, and Taryn, you guys are insanely the dream team. You are killing it. So we're really thankful to see that, and it'll give you that award for that one. Yeah, actually, Helga puts out there, that's 100% activation rate, which what that actually means is that 100% of the people who signed up for that campaign raised over $1. They didn't just raise over $1. The average fundraiser in that campaign is insane. So really, really cool campaign there. All right, let me go to the next one. This is kind of one for mine. This is an experience with Built by Raisley, which I really, really enjoyed this year. The onboarding award goes to Real Prostate Cancer. They had a peer-to-peer campaign, and they've actually one of their very first peer-to-peers they've ever done. It was the first time they've really actually jumped on using Raisley. They never used Raisley before. They'd sort of used other random solutions before this. And through an agency, they recommended go with Raisley. The best part about this project is they had a deadline that was less than a week. This campaign was done in pretty much a day, kind of overnight. And to onboard their team and to see their team go, oh my gosh, we could have what we designed and the whole flow of what we wanted for user experience in a day. For them, that was just mind-boggling because the previous solutions that they'd come to was like, no way in earth you'd be able to do that in a day. And so it was a really great campaign that we saw them in less than a week, rolled out the campaign and saw a wonderful fruit from their peer-to-peer. Really cool thing. Love that project and a big, big shout out to Real Prostate Cancer. It was a real delight to work with you and the agency on that as well. So thank you. Great work. Now, Best Design Award. I do love design. One little thing just to note about design, design does not make successful campaigns. Just know that a little bit, right? But year on year, design gets better. Year on year, new design trends come. And year on year, when an organization has a really good idea and looks to evolve it each year, their design gets better and better. If you want to have a look at an incredibly beautiful experience, it is the Liptember campaign. Yes, they have a wonderful internal team to look after this, as well as an agency who just can design some great stuff, but it does show you the power of design. Design at the core of it is there to not be distracting. It's not there to be glitter. Design is there so it's not distracting, that it's putting up the offerings that you need at the right time in a way that you find absolutely delightful. And this campaign is what that is. So Liptember, well done for the Best Design Award. This campaign is gorgeous and it reminds us that offering beautiful experiences for fundraising donors actually doesn't have to be that hard in Raisley. One of the things is in the past, this kind of campaign would have cost a fortune. But it's built on Raisley. Raisley is a free web platform that people can, fundraising platform that people can be using. And yes, there's some great design expertise in this, but at the core of it, it's using so much of the core Raisley functionality. So we're really excited about Liptember. Well done. The campaign's beautiful and really does set a benchmark on design in 2024. So let me go over those three just one last time for you guys. First off, Tay Award, definitely for the Leukemia and Blood Cancer New Zealand. Well done on the campaign again this year. Look forward to seeing you guys do it next year. Also, Real Prostate Cancer, well done. And it's great to have you as a client on Raisley and continue building out your campaign stack there. And also, Best Design Award for Liptember. Beautiful campaign, well done. And we love that year in year you really lead out best in class on design. So thank you. So what insights do we have from this, from maybe these three that I can possibly share with you? Is it possible to get a link to the Liptember's campaign? You can just Google it. It should be available, but all the links for many of these campaigns we'll make sure we put in the follow-up so you can experience them as well. Thank you, Claire. You're the best. All right, what insight can we glean from this? Well, one of the core ones is start small and grow from there. What this means is that the best campaigns are often an evolution year on year, starting with creative thinking and executing it really simply. The reason this is kind of a really helpful insight as you go in for next year is that you will see some incredible campaigns and you will feel that when you start your campaign, that the benchmark is those ones. Can I encourage you? It's not. Where you should start your campaign is something small and grow from there. All the campaigns that we looked at, particularly for Leukemia and Blood or Liptember, these are small evolutionary campaigns that came from a really great creative idea. And so our encouragement for you really would be start small and grow from there. And buzz Raisley, like reach out to us and help us and reach out and ask questions on how you can grow slowly through your campaign as well. So an encouragement would be start small, grow from there. What does it mean? Don't set an unrealistic bar and miss out on the real fruit of seeing something grow. Grow it, all right? The other one would be test, learn, change, and repeat. With all digital campaigns, one of the most interesting one when you look at success is it's the one that tests something, they learn something, they change it, and then they repeat that process again. Being agile with your campaigns is really important. And so year on year, make sure you build something that you are going to test. You're going to learn some stuff. You're going to change some stuff for next year. Really invest into that evolutionary process year on year. And that might come on design, it will come on how you build it. It will definitely come on how you actually look in regards to your conversion flows for donations and also signups as well, if that's here. But every year, test, learn, change, and repeat. And that would be great. So start small and grow from there. So hopefully you guys are with us. Thank you so much. There's a great chat around Lit Timber. It is, yeah, Mel, absolutely. Always love their campaigns. Again, don't let them set a benchmark for you. Every resource is different. Start small, grow from there. All right, let's have a look at a couple of other ones, which just definitely have a bit of a shout out. This one's the Quick Turnaround Award. We have many customers who come to us from very lack of resources. They lack resources maybe internally or financially, or maybe just time is a resource they don't have. But their cause is insanely important. One of the things we loved seeing this was the Wombat Awareness. This campaign came out of a real need to raise money for a particular sanctuary. This needed to be done very, very fast, and this needed to be done by a team who could just get something up and quick and running. These campaigns, even though it's definitely not my favorite design campaign, there's probably a whole bunch of things that I can pull apart in it that I'd hope to do better next year. The good news story in this is that you see an organization who has an incredible cause and donors are ready, and they just get something out there and they let Raisley do the rest. These campaigns we love. I think it does, and we'll show a little insight in a moment, but one of the things I think is really great is it reminds us that just getting something out there and letting Raisley sort of handle the core experiences like donations and receipts and that kind of stuff. Let Raisley just, as it is, just handle that heavy lifting. But just getting something out there is more important than getting something just perfect and right. They had a great database. They had an incredible cause to fund for, and they absolutely crushed their target. And this was, for them, it was just so exciting, right? Going on with the ride of them being, wow, this campaign's really activated and worked. So real great one out there for Wombat Awareness. And we're really, really stoked for our growth team of giving them such incredible support as they came on board with Raisley. Next one will be Global Reach Award. This one goes to Compassion Australia. They have some, Compassion Australia, if you've ever seen their website or their design stuff, they have a lot of design resources. They have some really, really beautiful campaigns that go out there within Australia, and they heavily resourced on that. But what came up this year was their need to support the fundraising offices in much smaller fundraising countries, such as the Philippines. These countries don't have access to some of the best in tools, nor the budgets to be utilizing some of the best fundraising tools as well. So what the Compassion Australia did is they jumped on Raisley and were like, okay, well, we have our core website that's all custom built and it's all within Compassion Australia, but we're going to make microsites that are basically a replicant of their experience in Australia and replicate that for these smaller fundraising organizations. They created multiple microsites to enable new fundraising countries such as the Philippines go out there with a best-in-class experience. This was so much fun to watch them do this. They are really great in Raisley. They are very, very intuitive. They just know how to use Raisley really, really well. But having this for them as a solution that could create an incredible platform to enable new fundraising countries to really step up their local initiatives was a game changer for them without having to have some huge financial investments in making something custom, nor putting extra burden on their on these other smaller fundraising countries as well. So really stoked to see these just go out and microsites built for maybe other partners that don't have the resources maybe that we might have in Australia or New Zealand. So Really cool to see that one go out there as well. And lastly, Best Partnership Award goes to UNICEF New Zealand. This was a really interesting one that I worked on with an incredible digital fundraiser called Rachel. She is an absolute weapon. And this campaign was no small feat. This was a huge campaign for them. They partner with an organization called Les Mills, which is a global organization. And there's all sorts of things that were happening with that, and controlling those sort of things in there can be really, really difficult. But one of the main things that they needed to overcome was they had to have a global experience. They had to have this experience for all the countries of the States, New Zealand, Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and the rest of the world, which meant they had to use the multilingual tool within Raizly. And one of the really interesting things about supporting this is that translators are very expensive, but these days AI tools are not. And so utilizing AI tools to actually do the translations for the translation team, for them just to refine and not start from scratch, meant that they could roll out a multilingual campaign around the globe, offering an incredible personalized experience for those who are coming to the campaign. Really massive lifting. It was a really fun project to look at new AI tools that you could be using for efficiencies, and just exciting to see them launch a campaign confidently that would go out to all these different countries in their native languages. So really cool one for Best Partnership Award. They did a lot in this campaign, and it's actually a really beautiful campaign as well. It's a really engaging one. So thank you so much for the opportunity for us to help with that one. That was a great one. Thanks to UNICEF New Zealand. So I think that's it, and I'll go through some of the insights in a moment, but let's just give a quick little shout out to those three. Wombat Awareness, Quick Turnaround Award, Compassion Australia, well done for the Global Reach Award, and also UNICEF New Zealand Best Partnership Award. You guys really did a great job on that one. So what are some insights you can maybe take away from this? First, great often means executing simple solutions. Creating simple solutions is going to give you back time, and that time is what you want to be spending on your communication, working on your impact stories, and testing is what you want to be doing. All those things, communication, working on your impact stories, and also testing is going to be so important to great successful campaigns, which means that often executing simple solutions should trump complicated ones that you're not sure. This helps you sort of put some things on the cutting room floor, but it also helps you to innovate. Tech every year gets better, particularly with the introduction of AI over the last few years. There are some insanely good tools that you can be utilizing, from sort of data-driven, from translations to design to copywriting. There's all sorts of things that are going to provide you some great efficiencies to provide you simple solutions. So one of my encouragements for you was get something out without using what you don't already have. So one of the things what we see a lot of the time is that when people approach a campaign, one of the issues is they can, as I was saying before, they kind of design the whole campaign and then look at digital tools to see how the digital tool could fit their campaign strategy. More and more that becomes difficult. And it might be that their strategy might be built around sort of ideas or inspo or other things they've seen, but they don't understand how that strategy can actually translate into a simple tool that you can manage and move forward with. So the grand ideas become things that start to burden you and start becoming huge time investments. And that means it's going to strip time away from testing your site, working on your impact stories, and also communicating with your donors and fundraisers. And they're the things that you really do need to be spending time on. And so one of my encouragements is continue to look for the simple solutions to get something out there, rather than trying to do something that it's typically going to be a hard fit. Now, there is so much you can do in Raizly, so please reach out and let us know some creative ideas. But sometimes there's a good method of going, do we really need it? Can we just leave it on the cutting room floor, move on from there, because it's going to give us more time back. So do look at simple solutions. That's why I love the UNICEF project of using AI to do all the translations for you, and then have the translation team refine rather than actually create those from scratch. Really, really cool. And the last one is measure your time investments. A lot of people spend a lot of time on design on their sites because design's not easy. Design is kind of hard. And the main reason design's hard is it enters us into this whole subjective area. And often we can really enjoy playing. Playing's really fun. But again, measure your time investment. Because if you measure your time investment, communication, testing, and working on your impact story are actually three things that if you miss out on those opportunities, your campaign's going to really struggle on success. So measure your time investments there as well. That would be great. All right, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you are with us, because we're going to go to the final three. And I think this may be the first time all year I'm going to run a webinar on time. So yeah, I'm getting a woohoo. This is great. Everyone's looking forward to the Christmas experience. Josephine's giving me the thumbs up. Let's crack it on with the last three. And I won't sort of speak up too much, but I've kind of saved the best till last. So let's have a look at these and we'll see what you guys think. All right. All right, so my Canva thing's not working. All right, you can watch me edit Canva for a little bit. Dun, dun, dun. Let me try this again. I'm really hoping this is going to work this time. Present. I think it's worked. It's not. All right, I'm going to show you the actual site. There you go. You can see the actual site. We'll go through it. SPCA, get this award. What did I get the award for? Appeal of the Year. This one's really cool. This has got a great little story for it as well. So let me go through it. This little campaign from RSPCA is really their annual appeal. And you can go in and you can donate, and you've got all these little dollar handles, which is all customized. And you've got some great imagery that's customized as well. You've got a candy cane for Christmas. We've got a bit of a Christmas feeling with the baubles rolling too. And you've got some social media proofs, and we're sort of really pushing people to share this and grow the network on this as well. So the animals get me every time. Yeah, you and me both, Claire. This one was super fun to work on. One of the reasons why it was fun to work on with Built by Raisley was they just had good design assets. That always makes a project kind of fun. You can sort of get stuck in and you can spend more time on working out what the user experience is going to be. One of the things is we also play with some animations to make sure that the user experience on desktop and mobile was actually going to help enhance the call to action that was going to be around that too. But what makes this campaign so great is the two incredible women who worked on this project. They are just ridiculously talented at one core thing: understanding how the whole framework of marketing a fundraising campaign works. So this campaign doesn't just have one page. This campaign has multiple pages, all of them pushing for the call to action that someone would have seen on their social media. And from that, once they've donated, actually having great messages and experiences that helps them to reach the network, but also personalize. This campaign was great because they really leaned into the entire framework of digital fundraising and digital campaigns, not just Raisley. Raisley plays an incredibly important part on the conversion side, but it's not the only story. The story starts when you push out your advertising, your posters, your TV ads, your social media, and making sure that those experiences that they've already had when they come into the site can also carry through is just a real art for people to learn. And to work with the team there, like these two women, just insanely good, young, agile, just wanted to learn, curious about different things that they could be doing. And so Raisley found just our involvement. Like, this is it: good, creative, agile team, integrated marketing experience equals success. Really great campaign. So SPCA New Zealand, you guys are dead set legends. So thank you so much for letting us work on that. Particularly, Giselle's in the chat. So good. Hey, I looked at the at your fundraising total this morning. You guys are seriously crushing it. So really great, Giselle. Thank you so much for your work. It was very inspiring. So great job. All right, next one, Community Action Award, UNOCHA. Now, this campaign was, again, an exceptional delight to work on. We did do this within Built by Raisley. Again, I don't have a bias on Built by Raisley, but some of them did feature. But UNOCHA, what they wanted was it was community action. They were looking to run a campaign that would actually pre-fund emergency disaster relief before the disaster happened. They wanted people to have like a banking experience where they could put money aside that would be spent on impact when disaster strikes. This proactive approach for community action was just insanely inspiring to see. I think it was just one, creative thinking. Two, really looking at what they want to do with their community, really seeking to promote the activists that are in there and the people we really want to see climate change impacts come into the charity space and see some great results from that. So really proactive campaign of getting in front of the world's issues. It was inspiring to see these. Now, do throw out there, this was run on a team of like one person. Thomas, if you're out there with my webinar, I'm pretty sure you will be. Well done. It is a great campaign that really is there to engage people with the stories of the impacts of climate change is having, but it's such a warm embrace to help your community to come on board and be the great advocates they are and really seeking to grow their networks and raise the funds that are going to proactively help those impacts. So seriously, cool campaign. Quick little shout out to Rowan as well, who's their designer, who just did a beautiful job of designing a really great experience around that. So love this campaign, really, really cool. Would love to see more community fundraising happen next year if that's something you haven't activated yet. So great job. All right, lucky last, drum roll, super. All right, lucky last is going for Doctors Without Borders. This is by far in a well-established organization with some incredible donors behind it that year on year, you see the value of what they do as an organization. But they came on Raisley, and this is where it was really fun. What they wanted to look at was their annual appeal on Raisley and how they could build something that was so sophisticated that it could give every marketing sort of asset collateral that they were pushing out there space to inform what their donor experience was going to be. This is how it's done. That's why it gets the This Is How It's Done award, largely because they have 40 landing pages, all customized to ensure the best personal experience for donors. Absolute gold. This campaign's not tricky. I could build this campaign in probably under an hour. What's tricky is understanding all the other things that are out there, the TV ads, the Google ads, the social media, the posters, everything that's out there, and creating over 40 different landing pages that are offering the exact experience that people need from what they've already come in on. They're looking at their database. What is their database informing on how much have people given in the past? What could this be reflected on the donation form? And how can they make a simple conversion form, like the questions they ask, nice and simple, so they're just getting people engaged. Not only did this raise a lot of money for an incredible organization, but the kudos, and we'll put it to Nick and the wider team of looking after everything, but Nick on Raisley, Nick, you are an absolute weapon. Really leaning in with curiosity, asking us questions on how can you really push the Raisley platform to meet some incredible needs, working on the CSS code to really get the donation amounts configured and personalized. This is just a great work from an individual who sat back and went, we can do this. And so I cannot say how much I respect this campaign for one that really is leading the way of how to do it on creating multiple landing pages to create the right experience and sort of modeling. Keep it simple. Doesn't have to be a complicated campaign. Keep it simple, but keep it connecting with the people that are going to experience it. So seriously, Nick, you're a legend. This was great to see this year. So thank you so much for doing that. Let me go over these ones. SPCA, this one here. Yep, great, awesome. And then we have UNOCHA Community Action Award. And thank you so much for Doctors Without Borders on the How It's Done award. Well done. Now, right there, I'm going to give you one more insight into these last three. And it's probably my 20, if I could just give a 2024 sort of like James is going to contribute to your thinking around digital fundraising and around that. Let me express this one. This is probably the one I'm most passionate about. Find or be a digital unicorn. Digital fundraising campaigns are led best by people who know how all digital solutions can work together to provide the best experience. What this means is don't find someone techie, but find a problem solver who is curious about digital. What we have a lot of organizations that invest in strategy, and they're big one strategy. But as I sort of said earlier, you actually need that person who can interpret strategy into digital platforms to make it a really great digital experience. And that investment, in my second point, is honor your campaign developers as they're only going to become more and more valuable. Over the last 7 years, we've seen extreme change when it comes to the digital fundraising space. We're seeing so much more of the pie of what you're collecting coming through your digital experiences. We're now seeing that digital experience is integrated across all of your other ones seamlessly, from face-to-face to events, and all of this. So a digital experience will become, I feel, is really at the core, the bread and butter of what you're going to be needing. Therefore, find, or even better, be a digital unicorn. That is someone who can understand the digital space and all the things that come together to create incredible digital fundraising experiences for people. Are there any course recommendations for digital unicorn training? I love that. We should have, yes, there are. There absolutely are. And I'll tell you in a little bit. This is one of Raisy's core investments. We want to make sure that your organizations have these digital unicorns that can create insanely good campaigns really quickly. So you have more time to invest in other things, even to the point of the average campaign number was 3.6 this year, and it hasn't really changed for the last 3 years. My encouragement is I want to see people be putting out 15 to 20 campaigns a year, or 10 campaigns, and each of those campaigns has 10 landing pages offering different personalized experiences. All our organizations can really, really lift the game. Why? Because that's what we're seeing. We're seeing organizations come on in, and what they are doing is they're creating what is called the campaign stack. We're seeing clients come on now with all of our regular donors now on a regular donor campaign in Raisley. Community fundraising, multiple peer-to-peers, multiple events, like 20 odd events popping up in Raisley on one account in a year. We're seeing appeals being run, giving days appeals. There's so many things that you can do on Raisley in the whole campaign stack to provide you the right environment for digital fundraising for your fundraisers and donors. And our encouragement is, we want you to be that digital unicorn. You're in the driver's seat. You've got this insanely good free tool that we're here to help you use. And we would love you to lean in, be that digital unicorn. If you are someone who manages a digital unicorn in your team, honor them, value them, give them a pay rise, but keep them, because most of the time you want those people around your organization for many years to come, and you want them to get better and better and better and better. So totally, that's my last little insight for the year. I hope you take it, and we'll talk more about it next year. But one of the things I will show you in a moment is sort of the courses as well. So I'm going to breathe for a moment. I'm loving the chat. I haven't seen any questions come on in. If you do have a question, do feel free to pop it in. But my colleague Helga was really good. But I want to also tell you what's coming up in 2025. So hang with me for 5 more secs, and we're going to look at what's coming up in 2025. So let's go through the new year ahead. First off, coming soon, Raizy Dashboards. You are going to have an ability to gain so much more insights into your campaigns through Raizy Dashboards. This is natively going to be in Raizy. It's going to show you so much more insights and analytics on every one of your campaigns that you are going to be able to take way more informed decisions to do the personalization that you need and the testing and changing that you will need to make a successful campaign. This is going to be insanely cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And also, it's just it's a new feature, which means it's just going to get better and better from there. So really, really looking forward to Raisely dashboards. Other one coming soon is all new templates. Out with the old, in with the new. Already you would see on Raisely that there are 3 new templates in there under featured. They are actually the groundwork for all of our new templates being released. We have a website one, a regular donor one, a new events one, and we also have a peer-to-peer one coming out, which is going to form the basic template series for us. That means that you will have you'll have a consistent base on all of your campaigns, meaning that you do one-on-one, it will look the same on the other. We're really looking for you to build the perfect campaign stack. It's also so much easier to design on. There's not so many weird little things going on that you are like, why is that doing that? We've really simplified them down, but really also leant in and looked at what is best practice in 2024 and how can that inform our new templates going forward. We can't wait to see these all roll out for you, and these are coming very soon. Most likely, the peer-to-peer is going to be rolled out by the end of this month, but you'll see the other ones shortly after in January. So new templates coming. Again, templates are cool, all right, but they just create the foundation for you to build upon. But they're also, from people who are just time poor, they're great to just quickly put some copy in, change a couple of images and let rip. So some really, really cool things coming on with the new templates. Integrations are coming. Blackboard, Keela. Raisely is making a huge investment in native integrations. And so next year, look out for some integrations. We're really excited about that. We are knowing that we want to equip you to make sure that Raisely is connecting with all the other tools that you have in your stack. So we're really excited about integrations coming, so please look out for those as well. And also out now, slightly coming soon, is Raisely School. So if we can talk about where can you learn to be a digital unicorn, this is actually one of my primary investments next year with our team. We are looking to keep building out school.raisely.com. At the moment, there's one course and there's more coming. You also see demo environments on there, and you'll see demo campaigns that you can play with and use. So if you're new to Raisely, perfect place to go and first have a look at what Raisely can do for you. But we're going to be putting so many courses in here next year. These courses will range from the absolute basics of just getting a campaign up and ready in a day to the more advanced, how do I take the cool designs that I've got from an agency and embed them through CSS in Raisely as well. We're going to be looking at donor management, fundraising management, analytics, all sorts of things to help you be that digital unicorn. So really excited about Raisely School. And the fun part is it's all built in Raisely too. So if you haven't seen this, have a look. It was a very fun little project to quickly build. And it is kind of like an LMS in Raisely, which was kind of rad. So really, really excited about that. And if you do one of the courses, please leave feedback, because they really, really help us as well improve the experience. So you can dive on in there as well. If you need help next year, I do encourage you, reach out to us at Built by Raisely as well. So if you go to raisely.com/built-by-Raisely, you'll see that Raisely does have a professional service. This, at the core of it, is there to help give you a head start. If education is just too much of a gap to jump at the moment, or if you are looking at maybe doing quite a complicated campaign and just need that added support in there, or you're just really time poor or resource poor, Built by Raisely is here to help you launch an insanely great campaign. We've been able to support you and OCHA, leukemia and blood cancer, the SPCA, UNICEF New Zealand, so many others that you've seen today, to create the campaigns that they've wanted, but more than that, educate them to use Raisely on their next campaign with them in the driver's seat. So we're really excited about continuing to grow Built by Raisely, and if that is a service that you are needing, do reach out. We'd love to see your next campaign built by those who know it best. So feel free to reach out. But lastly, are there any questions? If there are no questions, I'm super keen to let you guys go on and enjoy the rest of the couple of weeks before Christmas. I'll pause. I don't think there are any questions. I love that. Libby, yeah, can I do a quick shout out? Creative Freedom, an incredible agency that I would love to for you to note in your notebook. Creative Freedom with Libby and Scott. that is a great place if you are looking for more support by an agency within your campaigns for 2025. So make sure you do reach out to Creative Freedom. They're really great partners with that. Our partner program with Dan is growing. There's so many really, really cool things. All right, I'm going to wrap it all up there. Friends, thank you so much for an insanely fun year at Raisley. I've got to build a lot of campaigns. I think I was up like 46 campaigns. I've got to meet with so many of you and be inspired by what not only your causes, but seeing you provide donors and fundraisers the opportunity to be generous. Thank you. A huge Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season for you. And we cannot wait to engage more with you next year and look at leveling up and taking your fundraising further. Have a wonderful break. I hope it is restful. I hope you can breathe after your annual appeal, and we can't wait to see you next year. All right, everyone, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon. See ya. Thanks, Miranda. Thanks, Leslie. Thanks, Catherine. Thanks, Libby. Thanks, Bonnie. Thanks, Alicia. Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays.